Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Super Rugby podcast with your hosts, Damien Warren and
Toby Harris.
welcome to this short video on one of our key topics today. This is kindly sponsored by who?
Our Patreon members.
Yes, the link is below. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, then think about subscribing, liking, and sharing with friends, families, or foes.
Correct.
Is scrapping relegation a good move for English rugby? Will it harm the championship and grassroots? So I don't want you in your New Zealand little mindset, all right?
Go
to
on.
think
What's
about small mindset. we just think, small mind syndrome, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
what I'm talking about is we're talking about English rugby.
Yes.
I know that you're not a massive fan.
You're not a massive fan
I mean,
either.
none of us are a massive fan, but we've got to get over that is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I understand, yeah.
All right. Is scrapping relegation a good move for English rugby? Because that's what they have officially come out and said.
Yes.
They've been muting it for a while. Now they're saying that they're going to make the Premiership ring-fenced.
Yeah.
And
Are they adding clubs to it?
So, this is my point.
Okay.
At the moment, there's only one.
Okay.
They are thinking about adding to it.
And who is?
Trail Finders. I don't know exactly where they are.
I think they're London-based.
Okay. Ealing Trail Finders.
There you
That's
go.
what they are, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They are thinking about that.
Right.
But here's my big thing. If they just, like Super Rugby New Zealand sides, if they did it like that,
Yeah.
which is it's set in stone, regional, and basically saying, but there won't be regional. It will be the ones that are currently there,
Yeah.
right? And that's fixed. They never go, there's no relegation, there's no promotion.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good thing or do you think that's a bad thing?
Oh. I don't mind it, but then I don't necessarily think it's a good idea for this country. So it works in New Zealand because you can still you can kind of get picked up, can't you? And there's Super Rugby, but then there's NPC.
There's NPC. That's the difference, isn't
Yes.
it? That was my
Whereas
point.
in this country...
You stole my point.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But in this country, it's just the Premiership Rugby. Yeah? Now, I sort of likened it to... Well, I didn't liken it, but what I think should happen, and there's a few different things that need to happen before that, but the Premier League football in this country.
Yes.
Now, the football system is obviously huge, but there are different tiers, and obviously you can be relegated and promoted.
Yeah.
But that's because there's so much money in it.
That's right.
Now, the rugby, there's just not enough money. And for those smaller clubs to then go up, it's nearly impossible because, A, you're going to have to pay the players, and B, you don't have the infrastructure to do that.
I very rarely I agree with you. Very rarely.
But then
This
also,
happens.
I've put down, there's too many old boys running the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was my next. You're stealing all my points. I think. Okay, so what I like about it is financial security for those clubs in the top.
Yep.
What I don't like about it is currently there's no other competition.
There's the
taking place.
championship.
But what I mean is there's
Sorry,
they're
I understand.
at the same time.
Yep, sorry, I
So
understand
they're
what you mean.
competing for those players.
Yep.
Whereas if you look at the NPC,
They coincide. Oh, no, they don't coincide. They're sort of...
they're completely
Yeah.
separate competitions, which then means that some of those players, if they're good enough in the NPC,
Yeah.
get picked up for Super.
Yeah.
Whereas, as we currently are, these are traditional clubs that, you look at something like Wasps, they've gone, right?
Yeah.
So what happens when a club goes bust? That is the problem.
That's what I mean, yeah.
If a club goes bust,
So then who fills that spot?
who fills that spot?
Or does that spot get completely taken away? Now, the difference also is in New Zealand, it's provincial.
And it is provincial, yeah.
Whereas in this country, it's club.
That's right.
So could you change it to being provincial
They
rugby?
would never do that, though, would they?
too many old boys running the show.
Too many old boys running the show. And it's the same competition. I think if they wanted to do it, what they should have done was they should have kept this competition the same.
Yeah.
And they should have had another competition
Yeah.
that was a franchise competition.
Yeah.
That was ring fence, like Super Rugby.
Yeah.
Trim this competition down, right? So it's not run over like 1,000,001 weeks.
Yeah.
And then start up a franchise competition, which is then not promotion relegation.
Because how many times do they play each other?
I think they play each other, they must play each other more than twice.
Yeah.
Because there's only like 9 sides now. You know?
I can check how many sides.
So, but I'm saying, is it good for English rugby? I think it's good for the finances of those clubs.
Yeah.
But I think you have to have the mechanism of other clubs joining, because you need to have clubs joining. Super Rugby, there's been clubs that have been brought in. There's been clubs that have gone by the wayside. You know, New Zealand and Australia aren't looking to expand at the moment.
No.
But if they did want to expand, they have done that. And I think that needs to be the same for this situation as well.
So there are
10 clubs?
10 clubs.
10 clubs.
Yep.
So you imagine if like 2 go bankrupt, then you scup it, aren't you?
Yep.
There you go.
But then if you go, right, there's 12 spots available, how do you then pick 2 more teams? Because I had this conversation on Monday about the rugby league in the UK.
Yes.
Where they expanded to bring in like 2 or 3 new clubs.
One from London.
There was one from
France. I think they still are, isn't it?
And then York as well.
Yeah, and they were going to go Canada. And then
they
COVID
were
hit.
going to go Canada. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So
imagine that. What a great trip away that would be.
Be like going to South Africa, wouldn't it? Just be annoying.
What do you mean? That would have upset a lot of listeners.
At least in South Africa, you could play multiple teams. Whereas if you went to Canada, you'd just be playing one team and then flying back.
Yeah, it's very true.
You know, it's quite a long way to play a game.
It is, but because you're only doing it like once a year.
Yeah, true.
It'd be a hell of a trip for every team that goes over there.
Yes, but then it'd be a hell of a trip for the Canadians.
All the time.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the idea was they were going to have a base here.
Well, then what's the point in having a Canadian team?
No, so the idea would be the players, right, would have a base here.
Okay.
They'd come and live here.
Yep.
They'd play a section of games here.
Okay.
And then they would go home for a section of games as well. So they'd play 3 weeks on the trot.
Yeah, 3 weeks on the bounce.
And then 3 weeks back at home.
Got you.
Which I think would be quite cool for them and their families and all that type of thing.
Yes, but how many of them would be Canadians?
Yeah, not many.
Yeah.
Not many. I'd be keen. You know, I'd be keen to go over there and play a game.
In your dreams, bud.
And 47, mate.
Yeah.
Not even 47 yet, but I was 47.
What would they call it? What would the name of the team be?
Oh, I can't. They had a name. I just don't know what it was.
Yeah, but we'll come up with one.
Canadian Pythons.
Okay, what's your reasoning behind that?
It sounds cool, eh?
Yeah.
Sounds real cool.
Are there pythons in Canada?
Yeah, mate, there's zoos everywhere, mate.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, you're going to go.
No. A python.
No.
I'm happy with python.
You're going to go for the Canadian moose, aren't you?
Canadian wildcats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good, eh? Yeah, get back in your box, dickhead.
Right, mate. Next question for you.